This is the plaintiff, Kevin Mazoon. He says the defendant stole his roofing tools, the things he needs to earn a living, and he won't return them. He also stole cash from him. There's no way he's going to allow this guy to get away with it, and is suing him here and now for the $800 he's owed. This is the defendant, Tony Wall. He says he tried to help this guy out by giving him a place to live. And this is the thanks he gets, a lawsuit? This man's a scammer because he was basically homeless. He had no cash or tools, and he would never steal. The plaintiff's a liar, and what goes around comes around. He's accused of helping himself to others' property.
All parties. Sir, this way. All parties. Please raise your hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant stole his roofing tools, but the defendant says he gave the plaintiff a place to live, and now the guy's scamming him. It's the case of It's a Roof Life.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Kevin Mazoon, you are suing Tony Wall for $800 that you say he stole from you in cash and tools and refuses to return. Tell me what happened.
I think it was the morning of October 26th. About 7:30 in the morning. I was lying in bed. He came into my apartment.
Okay, so back it up and tell me how you ended up in that bed. How do you two know each other?
I'm a tenant. I was a tenant of his in the apartment.
Okay, you had struck a deal with him where you would be like the handyman and you would pay a reduced rent, correct?
Correct.
And what apartment did you move into when you first got there and were going to be the handyman and pay reduced rent?
Upstairs apartment.
The upstairs apartment.
Yes.
Interesting. Because in your own notes you say that you moved into the upstairs apartment later.
No, that was the only apartment I moved into.
Okay. How much rent were you paying or supposed to pay?
$400.
$400 or $450?
He told me $400.
In your notes you say $450. In your complaint you say $450.
On the landlord's statement he put $450.
No. This is your statement that you signed that is in my hands, and it says the rent was $450.
I paid a total of $700 when I first moved in for 2 months.
Okay, well, not if the rent's $450, you didn't, and even if the rent's $400, you didn't. Either way, that doesn't add up to 2 months' rent.
It was a thing where he needed money. He said, just give him what I had, and I could move in.
So let's move on. So then what happens? You were there from when to when?
October till December.
All right, so then on October 26th, there's banging on your door.
Yes.
All right, and who is it, him?
Yes.
And what's he say?
I had to go.
Okay, and you said, no, I paid rent.
Right.
All right, and then what happens? You call the police to stop him from moving, because he was moving your stuff physically.
Right.
Okay, with someone else's help or?
Yes.
Okay, so you call the police, and what happens?
Came back with the officer. And they told him that he couldn't do that because, I had to get evicted legally.
Right. He couldn't self-help like that.
Right.
So they made him put all the stuff back.
Yes.
And then what happens?
I left because he was, I didn't want to be there with him and his buddy there because of the way they was talking.
Okay.
So I left while he was there.
Right.
When I came back, my stuff was back in the house. But as I'm going through my stuff, that's when I noticed my tools and my cash was missing.
How much cash was missing?
$500.
Okay, and what tools were missing?
2 shingle removers that you remove shingles with, and some roofing jacks.
Okay. Do you have a receipt for those tools?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And so did you call the police?
Yes.
And did you file a police report?
Yes.
May I see the police report? While you're looking for that, may I hear from you? What is your response?
Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to help Kevin from day one. I knew Kevin for about 4 or 5 years ago, and he moved to Georgia, and Kevin came back. So the first thing I tried to help Kevin with, I gave him a job. Then the second thing I did for Kevin, I gave him an apartment. He was working
Why were you helping him so much?
Because I knew Kevin. His parents...
No, I know a lot of people. You don't see me doing all the stuff.
Right.
So why him?
Well, I was helping Kevin because he used to help me when he was here before as a handyman. I used to pay him.
Okay.
So he was constantly helping me.
Okay.
So when he came back this time, I tried to help him again.
Okay.
And so I let him move in the downstairs apartment. He wasn't doing nothing he was supposed to say, but he knew the people upstairs was getting evicted. So soon as the people got evicted, he moved upstairs.
What was the difference between the two apartments?
Well, it's a full apartment. It was a better apartment. He was supposed to stay in that room downstairs and fix the downstairs up, which he never did. So, like he said that morning, I came there, knocked on the door. I said, Kelvin, you got to move back downstairs. He refused. So me and this other guy started moving all his stuff downstairs. He calls the police. Police came, said, you got to move his stuff downstairs and evict him the legal way.
Right, but did you tell them, well, wait a minute, he's renting the downstairs, not the upstairs?
Right, but they didn't want to hear that.
Okay.
So I moved all his stuff back upstairs.
Did you take, how much did you say, $500?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you take $500 in tools?
If you would see his room and look at it, and I can show you pictures, you can't.
Yeah, I'd like to see pictures.
I thought she said she had it on the monitor for you.
Okay, so hold on.
Now,
Are
that's his bedroom right there.
Okay.
Let's keep going through. You can see how he was living. That's what he had in that room, in his bedroom. That's how the room looked in November again. That's the kitchen. Look at the floor and stuff. He was just he lived like an animal.
Okay.
So when the police came, told me put his stuff back. So I went downstairs, started working on the downstairs apartment. 3 hours later, the police showed back up again. And they said that Kelvin said I pulled a gun out on him, which I have a gun permit. And they said I took $1,000 in a ring.
Wait, he said you robbed him?
No, he said after the police left.
Well, if you pull a gun out and you take money, that's one plus the other is an armed robbery.
I never seen Kelvin.
What was it he said, though? What was it he told the police?
So is the plaintiff's word without additional evidence good enough?
Yes, credibility on its own is good enough.
So a person's word is enough to win a case?
Yes and no. They should really have someone there to say what happened.
Yes and no. You should run for political office one day. Seriously. Going inside the courtroom.
What did the police say he said?
That's what he said. I pulled a gun out on him.
What, pulled out on a gun on him and did what?
That's what I
And
want
that's
to
it,
know.
and then turned around. What did the police, finish the police sentence? You pulled a gun out on him in order to what?
That's what I want to know.
All right, so there's a copy of the police report on my desk. Thank you. So according to the police, he tells the police that how much was stolen?
He said $1,000. That's what the
Did
police
you tell
told
the police $1,000 was stolen?
In all, it was $1,000.
Did you tell the police $1,000 was stolen and tools?
No, altogether, it was $1,000.
Okay. Why is there a page missing from this police report? Stay where you are. Why did you pull it out? Because you're worried it doesn't help you?
What's that?
You heard me just fine.
This part? No, it got stuck. This got stuck to a
Oh,
piece
you know
of...
how that's always happened.
It got stuck to a piece of tape right there.
Thank you. There's a page missing from the police report. Can I have it? Because apparently he just found it. All right, what does that page say that you wouldn't want me to have it? No, that's just a copy of the... Let's get the real police report. One item, stolen money, $1,000. That's what the police report says. You literally pulled this page out when you handed me the police report because this is what you told the police, that one item was missing. It was $1,000 in cash. That's exactly what the police say you said. How did it become tools and $500?
Altogether, when I told them my stuff was missing.
Why would they make a mistake like this and write that it's exactly $1,000 cash and that's all that's missing? Did the police ever tell you, he says you have his tools or anything like that?
Tools was never mentioned. The police said $1,000 in a ring. That's the only thing they said to me.
In a ring?
In a ring. They said a ring too.
Okay. So what did the police do?
They just left.
Okay. Now, where is he now? Is he still living there?
No, this is the other part. I had to get him evicted. So he didn't pay December rent. December rent, I took him to court. He never showed up. So I got an automatic eviction.
Okay, so you're done with him and you're happy.
I thought that was the
And then
end.
all of a sudden you get a lawsuit suing for $500 and
It's
tools.
like-
All right, you have no proof you ever had tools. You have proof you ever had $500 there or $1,000 or whatever it is today? I'll take that as a no. My verdict is for the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor. Crackhead.
Your mammy is crackhead.
Yeah, I know.
Your,
You're homeless.
your mama.
You're homeless and you're a crackhead.
Well, the defendant really prevails in this case. If you'll step over here, Mr. Wall, you seem like a pretty good guy. You trying to help? What are you talking with him? What are you saying with him right now?
This guy's a crackhead, and I should have never let him around me. And that taught me a lesson. Never let certain people in your surroundings.
Okay, so he's gone now.
He's
right?
gone for good.
For good. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. This is the plaintiff who's coming out now. You were laughing at him from a moment ago. What? You lost the case. What are you thinking? Why are you laughing?
You know, things happen. You know, it don't go in your favor all the time, but that's the way it goes.
Okay. Are you doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Where are you living now?
I live in my own apartment.
Okay.
I live in my own apartment.
Okay. Very good.
Everything's going well.
Good luck to you.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Doors that way. Harvey?
Doug, I got to tell you, this plaintiff may well be lying, and that police report is really, really damning. You should know that lying under oath is perjury, and that's a crime.